on, person. What's up? I'm alive. Just wait for another person to get here. How's it going? I got really sick. Hi, 4 people. I'm Aphrodite Rose Starfire, and I haven't been this sick in a long time. So, visiting with family for a baby shower, and my aunt made a bunch of quiches, and they were all out on a like buffet for everybody during the baby shower, and then the leftovers were wrapped up, and I took some of the leftovers home or to the van, and so it wasn't last night, but the night before. So what is it today? Today is April 6th, 2023. So the night of April 4th, or the day of April 4th, I opened one of these quiches that was from leftovers from the baby shower, like a slice of quiche pie. It was ham quiche. And I didn't heat it up, I just ate some, like half of a slice of cold ham quiche. And I think that's what did it. But the night of April 4th, in the van, I started, like, in the evening, I felt sedated. I was telling Dimitri, and Kat was here, I was like, I feel sedated. Like, I feel sedated. Like, I was already really exhausted just from hanging out with family and, like, being on and talking and running around and all that. But, yeah, April, like, I ate the quiche, and then, like, the evening I felt sedated, and then I started feeling this nausea. And it was, like, right as I went to bed. I got this wave of nausea, and I puked. And, went to bed. Like, the moment I laid down, I get the nausea again. I have to go puke again. Like, I had the plastic bag inside the toilet, the porta potty toilet there. And it was so bad. I haven't been this sick in so long. I was projectile liquids out of both ends all night long on the 4th. It was projectile. Like, I couldn't keep water down. I was going back and forth between the toilet and the bed. I still have it here. Bag by my bed. I was over here. I was having shivers and fever. I was getting these waves of heat. And then I would vomit and have diarrhea, and then I'd get, like, super, super cold. Like, I was shivering so hard. I was exhausted. I was like, and when I get to these points, which is I can't remember being this sick. I mean, I had, like, when I had the surgery prep with the Go Lightly, and I had, like, liquid diarrhea. That was pretty bad. But this was, like, diarrhea and vomiting at the same time. We had the heater on because I was shivering, so I moved closer to the heater. I usually sleep on this side. But I was vomiting so much. I kept a bag of vomit by my bed. There was a bag by the toilet, and then there was a bag in the toilet because it got to be where every time I vomited, I was having like projectile, like liquid diarrhea too into the toilet. It was disgusting. I had like this whole bag was filled up to here with just clear liquid vomit. Like I was so thirsty. Like it was. I was up all night. I was up all night until the light started. Like when the sun came up, that's when I finally fell asleep and stopped vomiting. But I would drink some water, and then just immediately vomit it out. Like it was like, totally clear, and it was halfway full by the bed, and then I had a bag by the toilet that was halfway full. Oh, hey guys. Oh, I didn't see. Sorry, I didn't have the chat on. Hi, Wizard and Rap. Sorry, Crooks. 52 garlic clove soup orange juice will help. Ew. No. Hi, Lisa Rose. Yeah, I got food poisoning. Hi, Peyton. Hi, Lisa Rose. I don't eat pork when I used to get a cold the next day. Rainbow Warrior, my son woke up April 4th super sick, throwing up nonstop. Today and yesterday, all he wants to do is sleep. I have to force him to drink. Oh no. Hi, Cat. Yeah, Cat. I was like so sick, I just left. Hi, Kimmy. Sorry I didn't say goodbye. No worries. It's okay. Hi, Joseph Newhouse. Are these pregnancy symptoms? Well, that's a good thought, Joseph Newhouse. But I'm just on the end of my period right now, so that also made me super exhausted. So, um, um, so I don't think I'm pregnant. Oh my god. Yeah, it was like shivers and chills worse than I've probably ever had. Um, and it was like, I know it's like super TMI, but it wasn't even like at the end, it wasn't even diarrhea. It was just like liquid butt juice just coming. It was just like, I was just projectile. I drank a glass of water and then I just vomited out. I was so exhausted. And then when I get so bad, like I have to do this moaning. So I was like, it helps like release the pain, or like it helps me get through it. I don't know, but it's like I have to moan. So I do this like moaning, like I'm like, ah, ah, like I have to do it. So I'm like, I sound like this like beached whale or like some like dying sea lion or something. I was just moaning and oh my god, it was, and I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, and then I was like, holy shit. Yeah, so it was horrendous. I was really sick, and so yesterday I woke up kind of nauseous, and all I had was, I just sipped on liquids, and I had like half a packet of chicken top ramen noodle soup. I can only eat half of it, and that's like all I had all day yesterday to eat. I think I lost weight. I look skinny. It's a sick diet. So, oh yeah. Oh, I still kind of feel not like thinking about that quiche like makes me want to vomit, but yeah. Rainbow War says, I'm wondering if it's bug or food poisoning. I'll find out in a few days if I catch something. Yeah. Well, the thing is my cousin, he didn't go to the baby shower because they said some kind of virus, but it sounded like it was GI, but they didn't really go into details. But I know he got better in a couple days, but I'm pretty sure it was food poisoning because it was like projectile. Like it was like whatever it had to get out of my body. I found like my body is such a like fine-tuned mechanism. Like, I'm really in tune with my body, and it's like, it's immediate no-go. Like, I don't try to, like, if it's bad, it's like I get it out. It's, yeah. But the only comparison I could do to it was like the times I've gotten like super blacked out drunk and I was vomiting and moaning. Like when I've gotten in the past, you know, because I don't really drink really at all anymore. But when I used to do heavy drinking and get blacked out drunk and like find myself like on the toilet, I would do like the moaning. It's like my body, like I go to like some like subconscious level of like lower brain activity, or I don't know, maybe it has to do with like the process of like expressing like vocalization. I think like the manifestation of the sound like helps like extract some of the like toxins. I don't know, but when I'm not in my right mind, like when I had my wisdom teeth extracted when I was, well, it was a botched wisdom teeth extraction, but the first time when I was 16 to have my wisdom teeth taken out, it was a conscious sedation. I don't remember it, but they ended up just doing one tooth because under sedation, I was moaning, screaming the whole time, and my mom could hear me from the waiting room. So I go into this like guttural, like, or I'm like, it's like retarded, like I sound like a guttural moaning. And that happened to me as well. Oh, thank you so much for the super chats, guys. Oh, wow. Brando Commando, thank you. Thank you so much. Hope you recover quickly after that. Thank you. And Joseph Newhouse, thank you for the black cat. So nice. You guys are awesome. Thank you, guys. But yeah, same thing when I had my colonoscopy in preparation for my colon surgery that I had. Same, you know, they put you under. It's not full under like general anesthesia. It's called conscious sedation, where they give you a cocktail of like Versed, which is amnesic. So if you just get plain Versed, then you are still talking and you're still interactive with like the people around you, but you won't have any memory of it. Versed is an amnesic, so people use it for anesthesia for people that they still need to have the patient needs to be cooperative during surgery. So like certain brain surgeries or certain like things that are more cosmetic, you need the patient to be able to like move for you or like respond. So you give them Versed so that they're still interactive, but they won't later have any memory of the procedure or any memory of the pain. They won't remember what they told you. A lot of times they'll talk about, like, sometimes we'd give Versed during, like, the hair transplant procedures. It was very rare. But yeah, the patient wouldn't remember. They would be talking. They have no memory of it. But for, like, most conscious sedation procedures, they give you a cocktail of, like, fentanyl, IV fentanyl, IV Versed, and, like Valium, which is a benzo. So you go to sleep, but they're able to, like, wake you up, tell you, like, move your arm this way, and do it. But you have no memory of it. It's like, for most people, it's like you had general anesthesia. You have to have no memory of it. It's like you went to sleep, you woke up, procedure's done. But for me, I'm different. So, like, for the colonoscopy, the same thing happened with my wisdom teeth. Where, they, like, tell me later, I, like, wake up, and I'm like, is it done? And they're like, oh, we had to stop the procedure early. You had a bad reaction. I go into this state where I'm, like, screaming, moaning, where I'm just, like really loud moaning, like, like that. And they can't get me to stop. and I don't know. It's like, I guess like a baseline running system for my program. But that's what I was doing 2 nights ago, as I was projectile vomiting and like oozing from every orifice of my body, moaning. Dimitri was like, "Come on, Kim." I'm like, "Oh, oh." I was shaking. It was bad. It was bad. I was so exhausted. I was so tired. I was so tired of like getting up and down. Ugh. And then my bag of like water vomit over by my bed like fell over and was spilling on the floor, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Clean it up. I told Dimitri to clean it up in the morning. Oh, thanks for commenting, guys. You guys are awesome. Let me go back. Okay. Hi, Truther85. Oh, Susan Kano. Hey. Hi, Monica. Hi, SM. Yeah, it's pretty gross. At least she's recycling the bag. Yes. Kat says, it's the same symptoms that are having. Oh, but it's not. Okay, Teddy says, hey, chat. Hey, Kat here. Hey, Teddy's beauty. SM says, liquid butt juice. Mosening. Crosshatch. It's called norovirus. Maybe. I mean, it's just plain food poisoning. Like, it was a quiche that sat out all day with people breathing on it, and then we wrapped it up, and I ate it cold. I didn't heat it. I should have heated it back up, but Dimitri ate 2, and he was fine.
4 in total.
He ate 4, and he was fine.
I had beer.
But that was that day. No, I'm talking about afterwards. You ate a cold one afterwards?
You just need a beer after.
Oh, I don't need a beer. Rainbow Warrior says, my son was doing the same thing and moaning. I've never seen him do that, but I've been there. It does help get through the pain. Yeah. Well, of course you see women doing that when they're in labor. Teddy Spaghetti, do you think the vomiting could be from drug or alcohol withdrawal? No, because I'm not taking drugs or alcohol right now. But back when I did drink and was like blacked out drunk and vomiting, yeah, that was from alcohol poisoning for sure. But not this time. This is like food poisoning. I have had, like, alcohol has given me diarrhea before. Like, yeah, after I drank, like, the next day, usually my shits are bad. But this was, like, explosive, like, get out of your body, you ate something funky diarrhea, where it's just, like, liquid. It's not even, it's just, like, everything get out. It was like I drank Go Lightly, the clean out surgical prep. Giving birth to fear. SM says, sounds kind of yee. Kat says, Teddy, she doesn't drink or do drugs. Teddy says, did you guys see the report about all the DDT in seawater? No. Off the coast of California, too. Kat says, Teddy, come on, that's BS. SM, what is frying this person's hair? Are you talking about me? Look it up. Teddy says, huge amounts of DDT were dumped off of Catalina Island. That's crappy. They found it didn't break down at all. Teddy just says, Kat says, who is saying that they want you to believe? Jay says, hi Jay Johnson, the world is your oyster, baby. Teddy says, LOL, I don't think it's a conspiracy, Kat. I think they actually dumped DDT. It's killing a lot of stuff. They hid it for years. Star Salazar says, hi Star Salazar. Burdock tea helps eliminate toxins, and nettle leaf tea is very helpful for your immune system, offers many minerals, and try to eat some fresh fruit like pears and watermelon. Hi Snowway. Perhaps your body is just equalizing to the season. Well, it's the sun equalization. That was rough. The doctor molested. Yeah. For said, fentanyl and ketamine is what we use for oral. Oh, Rainbow Warrior used ketamine? Yeah. Won't remember their shirts on back. Sometimes propofol if they wake. Oh, yeah. Crystal Clear. Hi, Crystal Clear. I was told I had to do it for the procedure for my back before they would even help my pain from long-term Lyme mold. Oh, boy. Oops. If you ever get food poisoning, just take activated charcoal pills. Well, you know what's funny, Star Salazar, is that I had actually before I started vomiting, I had brushed my teeth, and every night I've been packing my tooth with charcoal. So I actually did have a bunch of charcoal in my mouth, and then I vomited afterwards. I don't think anything would have helped, and honestly, I kind of wanted it all to get out of my system. Like, it's one thing if you have like diarrhea from like chronic illness, or like diarrhea from chemotherapy, like that's or like traveler's diarrhea when you're traveling and you just can't sit on the toilet all day. Those are the times when you should take Imodium. But like if you think you have food poisoning, or you should probably not take stuff to like stop the vomiting or stop the diarrhea. You should let your body like get rid of it, unless you start to feel like scared, like you're getting too dehydrated, or like I was having I couldn't even keep water down. So like if it went, like I literally was drinking water and just vomiting it back up. Like if it had gone into like the second day and I woke up and I still wasn't able to keep water down, like I probably then would have sought out some kind of medication to help me retain fluids, because like I think I've gotten visibly thinner just over the past couple days. Rainbow Warrior, Special K, yep, we used to use it all the time, knock people right out. Rainbow Warrior, which state were you in? What were you doing the oral surgery in? It doesn't seem like in California, ketamine is kind of a new thing that has been recently used. It used to only be used for children, for general anesthesia for children during surgery. Like when my brother had his spinal fusion surgery, back in 2010s, yeah. Oh, in Virginia, yeah. Yeah, different states have different rules. Like in California, unless you're doing, you have to have like an anesthesiologist to usually run something like ketamine or propofol. It's different now. They've changed the rules for ketamine at least. Propofol, not so much after the Michael Jackson stuff. But the ketamine, yeah, now they have like ketamine clinics where they use ketamine to get people off of addictions. And it's like this intensive where they give high doses of ketamine infusions on people. And then they just send them on their way. And then they come back the next day and get another ketamine infusion. For I think it's like 3 weeks. They get like ketamine like every day. And they just like put out back into the world. Like the ketamine is like puts people asleep. So it's like they're giving these people like anesthesia and then like letting them just go home and drive their car, or like walk home, or like something could happen to them, or they could do something and they have no memory of it. Like it's really strange. But ketamine gives you pretty strong hallucinations. I'm kind of like, it always kind of perplexes me like why they use it on children, because it doesn't necessarily, I mean, I think any drug in a high dose can put you to sleep, but they put my brother on ketamine for anesthesia when he had his spinal fusion surgery at Shriners Hospital in, it would have been, like 1998, I think. I was in 8th grade. And the Rihanna Super Bowl show actually reminded me of it, because I was a competitive cheerleader at the time. On my cheerleading squad was called the Bomb Squad, and we did competitive cheerleading, and our cheer group had been chosen to play the Shriners football game. It was like a big football game at the Shriners. I don't know if it was at the Shriners Stadium, but it was called the Shriners game. And it was the same day my brother had his spinal fusion surgery at Shriners Hospital in Sacramento, which is like connected with UC Davis. And I was like thinking back when I was watching the Rihanna Super Bowl halftime show, like how weird it was that, like, as a sister, I decided I wanted to be there for my brother and be with him in the hospital and be around, like, there for his surgery instead of going to my cheerleading, like, one time, like this was like a once in a lifetime opportunity. I still have never been to a professional football game ever in my life. I've never been to an NFL or college level football game. But yeah, I missed out on performing the halftime show at the Shriners football game as a 13, 14-year-old cheerleader to go stay at the hospital with my brother. He had muscular dystrophy, so he was in a wheelchair, and his body was getting scoliotic. He was getting scoliosis in his spine, and it was getting enough to where his organs were getting compromised of being crushed. So they put 2 titanium rods in his spine and then fused his spine to it to make it straight, lift it up and give space to his organs. And they had sedated him with ketamine for the surgery, and it takes a long time to get out of your system. So as he was recovering in the hospital bed, he was laying there, and we had the room all dark, and like, poor guy. I mean, like, metal rods putting in your back. He was like hallucinating, and he would go like, the bubbles, the bubbles, the bubbles, the bubbles, the bubbles, the bubbles, the bubbles. And he just like would go on and on about just saying the bubbles, 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 bubbles. And then afterwards, like, we were like, hey Matt, do you remember like talking about the bubbles? And he was like, and he kind of did. He was like looking into like alternate universes, and he said like there was like different worlds in the bubbles, and they were like floating by him. And it was like he was hallucinating, but he was like trying to get us to like know about it, because he was like the bubbles, the bubbles. But yeah, that was ketamine. But now it's like a special case street drug, and people are. But that's the thing, is people can do all kinds of things on it, and they will have absolutely no memory. It was like an out of body experience. It never happened to them. And more special K, yep, we used to use it all the time, knock people right out. Crystal Clear says, just popped in to say hi. I hope you have a happy day, feel better after. Thanks, Crystal Clear. H8, my name. Hate my name. What's up? Have you tried smoking some crack? No, I haven't tried that. Ever. Rainbow Warrior, Virginia. Lisa Rose, hey girl. Pork has parasites and is unclean. I don't know. If you cook anything, it kills the parasite. Rainbow Warrior back in 2010. SM ivermectin, I don't know. I've never used that. Sushi. Rainbow Warrior says, we were certified to give it. I was an assistant. Toilet Bowl Earth, what's up? Gotta do NyQuil over intent now. Rainbow Warrior. Horse tranquilizer. Okay. Cat. I gotta do it. Okay, good. Hate my name. You're on ketamine right now? Uh-oh. Well, I won't hold you accountable for the things that you type. So you probably won't remember. You guys are funny. I've never been to a professional game ever. Nope. I've never been to a professional football game. I've been to a bunch of professional basketball games. Been to a professional hockey game. Lots of professional baseball games. I used to go to Giants games all the time. I used to go to Warriors games, A's baseball games. I think I've been to a Kings basketball game. I've been to a Sharks hockey game. But yeah, never football. It just never has happened for me. Neither, the college I graduated from, UC San Diego, didn't even have a football team. It's like super nerd alert school. Yeah, UC San Diego is known for water polo. And I don't even think I went to a water polo game. Hate my name. Scoliosis is a myth propagated by the medical industry. No, it's not. Haven't you seen people with scoliotic spines? It exists. Like physical, like actual, like skeletal deformations are hard to like fake. Like if somebody's spine is twisted, like you see it. You can see it in their way they hold their body. It's not fake. Scar Salazar, really hope you can eat today and keep the food down. Thanks. Well, I have been able to drink my coffee and be okay, so I am still feeling kind of foggy. Brando Commando, I had ketamine trip one time. Dreamt I was a guard at Fort Knox. Wow. That's cool. I missed patients at my old job. The stuff they would say, similar to what your brother was saying, it was fun. Yeah, it's like they go into a different realm, and they usually like really want to tell you about it. It's like they like have like the insight, and they have to let you know. Yeah, one guy when we were doing hair transplants, I think he was like talking about all of his like girlfriends and his like ex-wife, and he was talking all kinds of shit. They don't remember afterwards. And they'll like come on to you too. They'll like make like sexual jokes. Like, are you gonna be like, oh, you can't do that? Like they're under sedation. Tiny Chud, what's up? Cat, who has bigger boobs? You or Aphrodite? I don't know. Cat might have bigger boobs than me. Cat has a nice set. Nos amamater. Horrors worming meds. Ha ha ha. I mean horse. Ha ha ha. I have a hey, Nos amamata. Exclude. Hey, what's up? Hate my name says Jesus was super close with his mom, distant to his father, unmarried, had shredded abs, ate dinner with a bunch of dudes. Maybe it's a coincidence, but it sounds like every gay dude I ever know. Was Jesus actually really super close to his mom? I don't think Jesus was super close to his mom. I haven't really heard of any stories of the Virgin Mary like teaching Jesus or raising Jesus. And the way it was back then, it was probably the boys were separated, and Jesus was taken to like the mystery schools, like the Jewish mystery schools, and taught the ways there. I don't think there was like a really close mother-son bond. Like there aren't any. Are there stories of Mother Mary and Jesus like learning? I did see in the Getty Museum there were a few pictures which I found really endearing. Like I thought they were really cool, and there's a reason why that I haven't seen them before. But it was the Virgin Mary reading to Jesus. Like there's a book. She's reading a book and teaching Jesus, and it's like the Virgin Mary probably didn't know how to read. So I mean, a lot of these works were like commissioned, so it was really like the patron as Mother Mary, and then it was like the patron son as Jesus. You know, they like if I made a painting of myself as Marilyn Monroe, you know, it's like that. It's like an homage. Or like, you know, me as Aphrodite or whatever. They did a lot of paintings like that. Like the rich person would hire the artist and say, paint me as Aphrodite, and then they would paint the woman and make her in an Aphrodite scene, or as Diana. So there were some things of Virgin Mary reading to baby Jesus, or teaching baby Jesus how to read. I was like, that's really cool. But yeah, there's not a lot of mother teaching child arts in, you know. So I don't really agree with that statement that Jesus was close to his mom. Tiny Chud says, it's true, cat has some big D cuppers. M Stows, your nose looks crooked. Thanks. Teddy Spaghetti, I think cat has the biggest milkers. Okay. Hate my name. In 1973, I fell in a trap and died in Vietnam. They stuffed my body full of heroin and shipped me back to U.S. 1974, the U.S. government tried to convince the American people Nam never happened. I'm glad you made it through. Tiny says, all of Cat's boobs and all of Aphrodite's boobs mooshed together would make one nano boob. And then he says, boob calculus. I think your boob calculus is deficient because nano means small. So if you put Cat's boobs and my boobs together, it'd probably be like mega boob, not nano boob. Joseph Newhouse says, Teddy gets Spade says, LOL cat, what the fuck? You mean I thought we were friends? Well, stop calling her a crack addict, Teddy Spaghetti, and maybe she'll be your friend. Tinfoil Adder says, oops, sorry, oops, hey, just feel better, and then I'll come back, okay? Okay. Nos Amamatra says, horse worming for Sagittarius, though. Ha ha. Yes. I don't have worms, though. Boobs. Joseph News says, I just brushed my teeth and I'm making coffee for something. Awesome. Tiny Shed says, Nanobot is the name of a streamer with giant knockers. Oh, okay. Is that a person on YouTube called Nanobot? Is she cute or does she just have big knockers? Teddy Spaghetti says, Nanobot has some gigantic milkers. You and Kat would love her. Are you saying I only like people because of their boobs? I was thinking about making a video about how to do a breast exam. I was actually thinking about that yesterday. Because I gave really good breast exams for my breast cancer patients. Hate My Name says, they turned me into a robot panda? Oh. Do you have Agent Orange? Hate My Name. I had a lot of patients in the VA with Agent Orange, but that's kind of like a catch-all for anything. You know, if you have any sickness and you were in NAM, you can say it's Agent Orange. Yeah, that's the thing of like all these wars, it's really not like a war. It's more like a way to get the virile, strong men with an aggressive mindset, with a go-getter attitude, getting them isolated, depressed, and experiment on them. Usually these guys get all kinds of weird injections. They're told that they're immunizations, they're told that they're vitamins, whatever. They're fed a certain diet that's given to them. They usually have access to lots of narcotics because it's wartime and they need to be, you know, in their war mindset or whatever. So yeah, like Hate My Name says, in Vietnam, they were heavily pushed heroin to like deal with the stresses. And I know my grandfather, who I never met, Chester Kurtz, he was in Guam during World War II, and he came back with diabetes, and he was always injecting himself, and he had like a weird wound that never healed on his arm, and then he wore an eye patch because he had like glaucoma or something. But he was also like super Mason. But yeah, I think I think it was probably some kind of, you know, genetic program where they infused the men with like maybe like super virility, and that's why like that helped with the baby boom when they came home. And also like gave all the men a mindset. Like it trained all the men in like super skills. Like they became machinists, they became like heavy equipment operators, they became medics, they became what have you. They learned all these skills, and then they took it back home, and then they built the infrastructure of the United States. So it's like the men were taken away, injected, reprogrammed, and then put back into society. And the same thing happened to the women. Like the women who were left back home, they were like now doing the men's roles and having to be more like men and getting like indoctrinated in different ways like that. Chester Hurts? No, it's Chester Kurtz. It was Chester Kerchesky, but my grandfather and his two brothers, they decided, so their father committed suicide. He hung himself in the attic. And then the three sons decided they were going to together change their name from Kerchesky to Kurtz and Americanize it. And that like opened all these doors for them when you changed their name from Kerchesky to Kurtz. Because Kerchesky is Polish, Slavic, and then Kurtz is German. Kurtz means short in German. So when they shortened the name from Kerchesky, it like took off that, kind of foreigner, immigrant kind of tag on the name, and then they were able to thrive more without take the ski off. Yeah, but they called him Chess. He was Chess Kurtz. Tiny Chad says, I think she's gorgeous, but Teddy doesn't think so and makes fun of me for loving her. No, Emma Matra says, it's a joke. Yahweh is the Ewish tetragram. Okay, I'm joking. Yeah, I'm Sagittarius. Golf syndrome, SM says. Teddy's beauty. Yeah, she looks like Andre the Giant with giant milkers. Who are you talking about? Rainbow Warrior, you're trying to give these men in here a heart attack talking about uploading a breast exam. SM, leave me alone. Nas Emma Matra says, my heart, Maha. Super sad. You have pinworms? That's not good. Joseph Newhouse says, I was already thinking about breasts before this, so. Hater Dave, did your niece and nephews ever get the cards you were trying to send and the mail was all slow? It was actually my little sisters, and no, they didn't. They never got the cards I sent via the mail, and so I sent my little sister a new birthday card, and I FedExed it. I FedExed a birthday card for like $13. But I got there in like 2 days. So yeah, send a letter for $13, guaranteed. Snow White, what is your opinion about using mushrooms for the treatment of neuropathy? Yeah. I say, for neuropathy, I would first get off as much of like medications as you can. A lot of medications that we are prescribed for other ailments can cause neuropathy. So if you are taking like other medications, you might want to look at the side effects and see if any of the medications you're currently taking cause neuropathy. Other causes might be diabetes, so definitely look at your sugar intake. But yeah, if you feel like psilocybin helps, by all means. Probably the best things you can do is like actual like massage and stimulation to like regrow the nerves into the feet, like working on the bottoms of your feet, like any calluses. Get one of those like those foot rests that have like different knobs, and you can like press your feet into it to like massage the arches of your feet. Yeah, if you feel like your legs get tingly in bed, that could be due to blood flow, or when you're sitting certain angles, that could be due to blood flow. So, if that's the case, putting your foot down to gravity should help, because that pulls the blood down to your foot. Um, but yeah, if you feel like mushrooms help, then yeah. But usually it's a side effect of something else that's causing the neuropathy. So I always advise to like try to find the source of it. And like, sometimes it could be like surgery, like past surgeries. A lot of women from childbirth, they'll have like a pinch in their sciatic nerve or in the nerve in their groin, and that will cause numbness in the leg if they sit in certain positions. Any photos of your little, yeah, I'm not gonna put it on here though. I'll maybe show them when I go visit. Hi Quantum Epic, thanks. She says I hope you feel better. Hi Lily Mama, thank you. All right, I'm gonna end it.